So let's take a tour, shall we, of the Gen X retirement home. And this ain't your grandma's Shady Pines. So we'll start our tour with the weekday anti-routine. Monday through Fridays, there is no supervision, and we like it that way. So don't bother hitting that call button. Breakfast consists of a toaster and your choice of Eggos, toaster strudel, or Pop-Tarts, and unlimited Sunny D. At 10:15, we'll all meet out front for the shuttle to the nearest mall, for power walking, and whatever makes us mobile, whether it's our feet, bedazzled rollators, or hover rounds with big wheel clickers. And back at the crib, lunch options include your choice from the food court on the main floor. There's Sbarro's, Great American Cookie, Orange Julius, Taco Bell, and McDonald's, of course. And moving on from the food court, we head to the third floor that houses all of our wellness and therapeutic facilities. In our rehab section, there are currently 12 tanning beds, all set to maximum 20-minute sessions. There's a section focused on motor skills, where frequent lightsaber matches and Rubik's Cube tournaments occur. The old models of cognitive testing, they've all been replaced. With Simon, your score is based on how long you can make it before you get buzzed out. Routine eye exams only use Where's Waldo vision charts. We gutted the nutritionist and dietitian areas and replaced that with our fitness area. For our flexibility classes, we use twister mats, not yoga mats. And for cardio, there's vintage Richard Simmons, Jane Fonda, and low-impact mosh pits. Now, dinner is on your own through the week, but don't worry, your in-room menu has all the classics. Lean Cuisine, Hungry Man, Hot Pockets. If it cooks in the microwave, it's good. Okay, now for the weekend highlights. 24-hour pizza buffet starts every Friday night at midnight, runs all weekend long. Saturday mornings, they start early with the cereal bar. You've got Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, Cocoa Pebbles, Frosted Flakes, with or without milk, and cartoons until noon. This activity is mandatory, and themed PJs and bedhead encouraged. Now afterwards, you may want to chill for a few hours because the weekends are packed full of activities. The Terminator Arcade has every video game that you remember, and no bingo. You get 1 hour of free gameplay for bicentennial quarters. There's the Roseanne Bowling Alley, with new bowling leagues being added all of the time. Currently there are the Mean Girls, the Power Rangers, the Latchkey Kids, the Bionic People. That one requires at least one titanium joint. There's line dancing every Saturday night at the Boot Scootin' Boogie Hall. There's the VHS movie theater. Just be kind and rewind when you're finished so it can be ready for the next person. There's also a smaller rated R theater for all those raunchy late-night Cinemax movies and stand-up comics that our parents wouldn't let us watch as kids. Who are we kidding? We snuck in and watched them anyway. But there is no shame in wanting to rewatch Eddie Murphy Raw again. And on Sundays, we're bringing back the Shoney's Breakfast Bar all day long. And of course, there'll be special events sprinkled throughout the year. There's the annual New Year's Eve rave that's held in the basement because we like to think it's, underground. Chippendales make regular appearances every spring, summer, winter, and fall. There's monthly roller rink night every third Tuesday. And skates are optional. If you just want to walk the laps, you can. Or moonwalk. Unlimited nachos. And karaoke Mondays. No alcohol needed. Just a I don't give a blank attitude, which shouldn't be in short supply with all the Gen Xers in the house. And summer concert series on the lawn, all sponsored by Dippin' Dots. Other amenities include the MTV Lounge, where real music videos are played. There's a CD burning and mixtape library where we own all of our music. A Blockbuster store, a puff paint and airbrushing class. There's a hair salon on site with the stylist being proficient in the mullet, the wedge, perming, bleaching, and big hair. Plenty of hairspray available. There are highly chlorinated pools instead of sponge baths. And although this isn't in the brochure, there are secret clubs for those of us who can't do without our post-2000 era technology or Apple products. Now let's get to the guest room features. You have your choice of waterbed or futon, TV tray tables for you and your guests. There is a TV, VCR, DVD combo in every room with remotes. Papasan chairs, recliners, and beanbags. Wall-to-wall shag carpeting. And a kitchenette that includes a state-of-the-art microwave oven. 2-slice toaster, a Mr. Coffee, and a dorm fridge. Atari joysticks that function as call buttons. And the clapper for your lighting. Now, for the fine print, there are a few resident requirements. Number 1, a Gen X birth certificate with a name that no Gen Z would ever have. You know anyone naming their kids Sherry these days? Number 2, something besides a Social Security check, for obvious reasons. A fanny pack and luggage without wheels, because who needs that? PJs suitable for Saturday morning cartoons in the Commons, rolls of quarters for the arcades, and a working Walkman or Discman. Now there is a glossary of terms and lingo that is to be adhered to during your stay. I'll pop that up on screen so you can make sure and take note of it. Now allowed responses are, yeah, whatever, no duh, talk to the hand, or reply hazy, ask again later. A slip and slide event means someone fell. Gag me with a spoon refers to those powder fiber supplements, and jagged little pills pertains to anything on the meds cart. Timeout is code for afternoon naps. A strawberry shortcake alert or Smurf alert equal a code red or code blue. Okay, that concludes our tour of the Gen X retirement home, where we come to chill, not nap, where we take the best of the 80s and 90s and ditch the report cards and slow dial-up. Tell me in the comments, what would you add to our Shady Pines version 2.0? And if you want a little more nostalgia today, check out these videos I've linked right here. And I'll be back in a few more days with a brand new video. Be sure to come back and see what's new. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you later. Bye.